Go.
Okay. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you. Ideally, this would be taking place outside. And in a moment, I'm going to tell you to turn around and spit. But I don't want you to really spit. I just want you to pretend that you're spitting.
Really
Okay? If we were really outside, you would really spit. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, today we are here to talk about watersheds. Has anyone ever heard of a watershed?
Possibly.
Yeah?
I don't know.
That's our look. We're going to learn about it today. And today we're just going to look at a demonstration of one so we can get an idea of what they are in our heads before we study more about them. But to begin, I'd like all of you, when I say go, to turn around and spit as far as you can, but please be careful not to spit on your neighbor, okay? And when you're done, turn back around. Ready? Go! Okay. Okay, now, I have a question for you. Where do you think, when your spit starts to wash down into the ground and over the hills and through the rivers and streams, where is your spit going to end up?
Evaporated?
It might evaporate, some of it. That's right. There's another place it might go.
The ground.
Into the ground, that's right. And after it goes into the ground, it might go into the ocean. And actually, all of the water in the whole state of Florida, anywhere you spit, is eventually going to end up into the ocean. And that's right. And all of the area that drains into the ocean is one big piece of land called a watershed. Okay? And there are lots of different watersheds in the world. Our country, the United States, has about 5 really big watersheds. Some places drain into the Atlantic Ocean, some drain into the Pacific Ocean. But those big watersheds can be divided into smaller watersheds. Like, for example, there are about 2,000 watersheds in the country. And in just our county, Alachua County, there are 4 different watersheds. And right now, we're standing on an even smaller part called a sub-watershed. And right now, if you spit, before it goes to the ocean, before it goes anywhere else, the first place it's going to go is into Lake Alice. Because we are in the Lake Alice sub-watershed. Have you ever been to Lake Alice? Do you know where it is? Okay, it's on campus here. And almost all of the University of Florida campus, if you spit anywhere on campus, your spit is going to end up in Lake Alice, with the exception of some parts. The golf course has a different watershed in it, okay? So just to get an idea of what a watershed is, like the Lake Alice watershed, we're going to look at a little picture, okay? A watershed basically is one part of land where all of the water drains to the same place. It goes to the same lake, or the same river, or the same ocean even, depending on the size of the watershed, okay? So, we're going to create a little watershed in a world. It's not going to be a watershed that actually exists, but we're going to make one, and you all are going to be watershed planners, okay? So, I have here a piece of land. So you're going to have to pretend that this white shower curtain is a piece of land, okay? So, look how nice and flat that is. Is all land flat like that? No, not at all. So we're going to add little things from my bag here to make it a little bit more realistic-like. So I'm going to put something under there, maybe a mountain over there, a hill, a knob. Let's see, this honey jar here is going to be another mountain. Maybe we'll make a little chain of hills over there. What else do I have in my bag? Some tomato paste. That would make a good hill, don't you think? Okay, so I'll put the hill over there. Okay, now, let's see if I have any other, oh, I do. One more little hill. Let's put this over here. Okay, so now our watershed is looking a little bit more like real land. Now, this land doesn't have any people on it, but people come and they find it and they say, oh, we could make a little community out of this land. And the first thing that people decide to build is a factory. So Vicki, if you were going to build a factory, where do you think you would put it if this were the land that you found?
Probably near water.
Okay. Well, we don't know where the water is yet, so you'll just have to take a guess.
I'm assuming probably right here where the river is. So that's where I'm gonna build my factory.
Excellent. Why would you put it near water?
Because a lot of factories use water to cool down their things, their machines, and they use a lot of water.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, so we have a factory, and now the people who work in the factory need a place to live. So, Dan, why don't you pick a good place for a subdivision in our watershed here?
How about this nice flat area over here?
Oh, why do you pick a flat area?
Because it seems better. I don't know, because you can build more houses on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more houses mean more
Right.
people to work in the factories. That's right. Now, these people who live here need food. So, Eric, can you give us a farm? I think a good place for a farm would be
Right here.
right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. A farm. So we have a farm, and we have a factory, and we have houses. We have a nice little community. But now the people who live here, they want to have a little bit of fun. So we're going to build them a golf course. Brian, can you decide where to put the golf course in our community here?
Probably somewhere where they have easy access to water to water all the grass.
Okay.
And need not be on a flat surface. So I'm gonna say there's probably gonna be water sitting over here. They're gonna have a nice hilly golf course without getting flooded.
Hills. Oh, okay, good. So the water won't collect there. All right. And now we have this nice little community, lots of things going on. People are going to want to visit us. So we need to give them a place to stay. So Teresa, can you decide where to put a hotel in our community here?
Up on top of the highest hill, so it's got a scenic view.
Ooh, nice idea. Excellent. Okay, so we have a little community here. And now that there are people living and working and playing in our community, we're using things that we put onto this land. And we call those things pollutants. Some of the things that we use are called pollutants. For example, let me see what I have in my little bag here. How about used oil? Sometimes in the process of living on the earth, we use machines and other things that use oil, and then we have to throw the oil away afterwards. So, Katie, which of these places do you think might be using up oil and discarding it when they're done?
Perhaps the factory?
Okay, so I'm gonna put some oil on the factory. Where else?
Maybe in the subdivision.
Yeah, like when we change our oil
Yeah.
in the subdivision. Where else? Anywhere else use oil?
Farm equipment maybe?
Yeah, those giant $500,000 combines, they use a lot of oil. Excellent, okay. Let's see what other kinds of pollutants I have in my bag here. Oh, this is fertilizer. Does anybody know what fertilizer is used for?
Fertilizer.
Yes, fertilizing. What does fertilizing do, Brian?
Puts nutrients into the soil, so whatever's growing on it will grow bigger and better.
Excellent, okay. So which of these places are gonna use fertilizer?
Definitely the farm and golf course.
Oh, the farm, yep, they're gonna use a lot of fertilizer. I'm gonna give them a bunch. The golf course,
Probably the
use
houses
a lot too. Yep, the subdivision, yeah, people use lots of fertilizer in their lawns. Actually, people use sometimes more fertilizer than they need. Farmers are very good at knowing how much fertilizer to use, but people just think, hey, a little bit works, let's put in a lot. So I'm gonna put in a lot. It is cooking. Way to use your senses. Okay, let's see what else I have in here. Oh, poop. Now, I call this poop. Its official name is agricultural waste. That sounds very fancy, but agriculture has to do with what?
Farming.
Farming, exactly. So where are we going to find a lot of agricultural waste? In the farm. Ooh, look at the farm. It's just collecting a lot of stuff in there. Where else might we have sewage or waste like this?
Subdivision.
A subdivision, yeah.
Probably like everywhere.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll
Just
put,
poop
yeah.
everywhere.
There's poop everywhere, that's right. Whoa, we'll put some in the hotel
Oh,
there.
crazy.
Oh.
Certain tacos.
All right, so let's see what else I have